Привет, Эмил.
Добрый день, Наталья.
Как дела?
Хорошо, хорошо, все в порядке. У вас как?
Нормально. Там, в принципе, я его посылала на все инспекции, знаешь, уже новенький, на такие легкие, где только, может быть, клининг будет проблема, да?
Ага,
И, как правило, она была, хотя они там сами убирали. Ну, знаешь, как всегда, тенанты не могут perfectly доклинить. Потом следующие тенанты жаловались и требовали доклинить. Естественно, это деньги, почему мы
ага.
должны платить. Да, лендлорд не хочет платить. Значит, получается, мы должны. Вот послушай сначала, что я слышу от лендлорда в ответ.
Выполняет работу, и ты мне еще расскажешь, что я мудак. Получается, блядь, так, вы, блядь, лендлордом не работаете хорошо. И надо везде объявить, блядь, и написать, что все брокеры, блядь, козлы сразу. Еще рассказываешь, что я хуёвый. Не выполняет работу, блядь, и хотят деньги.
Это лендлорд.
Ну, где-то так, да, в таком стиле. Это самое, ну, как просто не заметил, знаешь, там ванна была, знаешь, как вот они моют, вроде бы помыто, но вот какая-то
Ага,
серая грязь, знаешь, как бывает, вот.
ага,
Там просто надо вот этим мистер Клин 15 минут может отмыть, да. Липкие ручки были, грязная раковина, балкон вообще супер грязный, хотя он перед этим его вымывал, там вызывал специально Рауля, он его с тем клин, и все клин, да, то есть вот это.
ага.
Короче, вот этими двумя моментами он недоволен. Так она поклинила, все нормально. Ну, естественно, если посылать уборщицу, она захочет минимум 3 часа. Да, уже получается
Мгм.
там 75 баксов, хорошая уборщица $25, если учитывая, что нам ни копейки, плюс cleaning supplies, там ничего нет. Ну, короче,
Ага,
речь идет о 100 баксов. Он кричит, значит, или вы сами платите мне по барабану, или, значит, пусть с тенанта вы читаете, да? Я пишу этому Руану, написала именно, какой текст послать тенанту, да?
ага.
Он еще с ней даже не пробовал. Может, она и окей, может, она не care about this 100 bucks, да? Как это началось? Он мне до 3 часов ночи какие-то писал, что я used, я abused, я то все. Но понимаешь, он, каждый же раз, когда идет на move-out inspection, я могла этого лендлорда сама послать, можешь на него посмотреть. Он бы вычел все, что хотел, бы там ему поддали и бежали. Да? Он в этом good, как говорится.
Ага.
Это, или бы просто ключ оставил. Зачем мне ему платить деньги, чтобы он пошел, посмотрел и никогда ничего не вычитает. Вот. То есть это Елена пришла, он, наверное.
Алло?
Привет, Лен. А ты и уже
Алло.
в аэропорту?
Нет, я еще не в аэропорту, я собираюсь, я еще не спаковала свои сумки, но я могу как бы пару минут выделить на это, чтобы
У меня
поговорить с
тут
вами.
странная ситуация, я не
Мгм.
пойму, что такое, с Руаном. Он, значит,
Да.
вчера пришел сделать мувин на офис и говорит, я, мол, ему дам дискаунт. Я говорю, как ты ему дашь дискаунт? Елена так тяжело с ним договаривалась, а и ты теперь вдруг назад. Ну, я только и, мол, деньги-то, то, мол, он мне еще даст юниты. Ну, короче, тот Карен, видно, ему там наговорил.
Насулил, да.
Угу. С другой стороны, когда он пошел делать ему Move Ричмонд, ну, как всегда, уборка там чуть-чуть не то. Лендлорд кричит, обиделся за эти 100 баксов, из которых я из него собиралась только 25 вычитать, да, говорю, ну ладно, если вдруг там не договоримся с тенантом, сами уже заплатим. Короче, непонятный случай, что у него.
I think he's identifying more with the tenants than with the landlords. He doesn't see who the real client is.
Да, но он сам-то, я понимаю, что бывают лендлорды несправедливы, но в этом конкретном случае я с ним туда же пошла, с лендлордом, там действительно было чуть-чуть недоубрано. Ну, знаешь, как все убрано, но вот немножко надо там то и все.
No, I don't even, you know what, like maybe even you have to do it differently with the tenants. You said that, you know what, no matter what you guys do, we have to bring in the professional cleaners to clean. And we're going to deduct this from you guys. Because no matter what you do, you are not professional cleaners. You're not going to clean this
Мы
place.
как бы должны им дать opportunity, да, то есть
No.
по закону. Некоторые просто...
Really?
Да, это такое law. Поэтому если они сами хотят убирать, мы не можем сказать, нет, мы вас заставляем платить, да. Потом, если...
Там же есть список в том же ло, как должен выглядеть юнит после уборки. На что им нужно обратить внимание.
Было убрано хорошо, только были липкие ручки, если это считать хорошо, да, там грязный, грязный внутри басрум. Не то, что он грязный, он вроде чистый, но весь, знаешь, как вот бывает, ванны все серые.
Да.
Балкон...
Это, знаешь, это как бы, don't release the deposit back to the tenants until the new guys move in, and then tell them up front, if there's any complaints, you guys are going to be charged.
Но
like, I'm sorry.
с ними я даже разберусь, я уже не буду с ними разговаривать, просто вычту. Хочет, exactly. Дело не в тенанте, дело в Аруане. Он вдруг, значит, обижается, тут он собирается уступать $1000 и хорошо себя чувствует, happy, да, с этим Кораном, да. Там Коран ему наобещал. А здесь он обиделся до глубины души, такой прямо, как я used и abused, ленлорд на меня кричит. Бывает несправедливый ленлорд. У нас в Кевине был один ленлорд, который мы 5 лет сдавали, и он 5 лет нас заставлял вычитать кресло, которое было поломанное с каждого.
Oh my God.
И что мы можем сделать?
Yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, he has to realize who the client is. The client is the landlord, and he has to do everything to keep him happy, because they're the guys who give us repeat business, not the tenants.
И он это как-то воспринимает меня, Энгри, значит, со мной, с ленлордом Энгри. Ну, тенант там молодая девушка, красивая, может, в этом причина.
Может быть, в этом причина, да, но like,
она будет...
You, as an agent, work to represent your client. You do what your client tells you.
Я не знаю, сейчас он даже придет или нет, он разобиделся в пух и прах. Чуть ли не прям ухожу, вы меня абьюзили. Ленлорд тупо говорит, что он не хочет. Я тебе сейчас... Ленлорд, конечно, тоже как бы грубый мужчина, но вот он, что он говорит, да?
Выполняет работу, и ты мне еще расскажешь, что я мудак. Получается, блядь, так, вы, блядь, лендлордом не работаете хорошо. И надо везде объявить, блядь, и написать, что все брокеры, блядь, козлы сраные. Еще расскажешь, что я хуёвый.
Это его реакция. То есть это так он реагирует. Ну и в принципе он прав. Там недобрано. Но понимаешь, в чем проблема еще по move-out? Он говорит, move-out хочу делать. Но как это агент, который не умеет делать move-out? Полуагент. Он в упор не замечает. У Маулена было там, он сам же license agent уезжал. Он там на half months не заметил этих всех, ну, damages, которые это со своего кармана платить. Да? У этих тоже, ну ты сама знаешь, 535 смайс, да? Это самое, то же самое было в Кордове. Причем как бы там не было, мы-то их дожали, да, дожали и тех, и других. Но я даже не знаю, что-то я с ним неправильно, или я не знаю, как с ним говорить.
No, attention to detail is really hard to fix. Like people either have it or they don't have it. Like, unfortunately, that's the case. So maybe what you have to do is that you just like hire maybe like an inspector or something to go in.
В документах он have it, потому что он делает, в принципе, нормально, уже мало ошибок делает. А в этом он, то ли он отвлекается, люди там вокруг не замечают. Ну, вот Эмил, например, Perfect Inspector, он делает хорошо, видит все мелочи, да, лучше, чем я, там, 5 раз. А этот в упор не видит. вот хоть это самое, да. Но дело даже не в инспекции, даже если бы он видел, он, получается, не хочет вычитать ничего.
Is the tenant, да?
Да, а что тогда ему плачу за
Ну
ходить
да.
в аут? Я могу просто ключи попросить, оставить в юнит и все, и мне будет дешевле, как говорится, если я не
Ну
собираюсь
да.
ничего делать, да. Ну, то есть непонятно. Он там весь в обидах, я не знаю, даже если не придет. Ну, он не отвечал, может, он не видел на этот митинг, но
Yeah.
видно поздно.
Я не знаю,
встал.
когда люди эмоциональные, их лучше всего как бы выслушать, дать им выплескать то, что у них на душе, потому что пока они злятся и кипятятся внутри, у них мозг полностью отключается, и они совершенно ничего не соображают. Все, чтобы ты им, какие бы ты логические аргументы не выстраивала, это не
Ну,
работает
да.
вообще.
Но я не
Ну, вот что
понимаю, что
у
ему
них заклинило
злиться,
в голове, и все. И на этом
на меня.
разговор.
Тут на самом деле разговор на 100 баксов, да, даже
Да,
не о чем разговаривать. Ну, окей,
да,
там, даже если
да.
проблема, ну, вышли из комиссион в крайнем случае, да забыли.
Ну
Но
да.
у него какой-то такой emotional, какой-то супер всплеск, я не знаю.
Ага.
Просто unbelievable. Не
О май
знаю,
гад.
что с этим делать.
Нужно дать ему еще немножко времени, пускай отойдет, и потом поговорить с ним.
Да,
Отойдет.
да, да. Дать ему успокоиться. Но просто скажи, что как бы это, да, что kind of we're on the same side, we're like, we want to keep working with you. You know, I really want to hear what's on your mind, you know. И дать ему просто, знаешь, я знаю, что это
Вот
будет
он, вот он.
неприятно.
Скажи ему сама.
Hi. Hello? Aaron?
Hi.
Oh, hi,
Hi.
Aaron. How are you?
Oh, how are you?
Good, good.
We just want to talk generally about move in, move out inspections, how to deal with landlords, with tenants, between agents. Yeah, because it's always can be some misunderstandings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we are on the same side. We want to keep working with you, but same time we want to hear what is troubling you, because it's really issue $100, right? Totally, like in total. And to have it so much emotions over it. So what
You know, there has to
exactly,
be.
yeah, what exactly triggers this for you?
I just don't know. I don't think so. I can do move outs. I tried to do it twice or thrice, but it's not something I am good at or want to excel in. So um, I'm not trying to. I try to. I mean, I know the basic move in, move out. Move ins are no problem, but move outs, I tried. I always miss out the important parts, and I just don't want to deal with this more because otherwise there'll be further problems and it's too much of stress.
So is it kind of you're starting to doubt your abilities or something, or losing your confidence in your ability to do the job
Uh,
because of all these different discussions going on?
no, I mean, I can try to do it, but the only thing is again the things that take place that I don't know what perspective the landlord is looking from, what perspective he thinks the unit will should be in, and those kind of things. So um, I myself I have my own properties and I look and I know how move-ins and move-outs are done. But this is something which requires some excess and extra attention, like um, to every single part of the unit, which is I don't think so under my scope of job or something which I'm capable of. Some
Okay.
specific detailing which I
Yeah, like
cannot
you
do.
have to look in every nook and cranny, check
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
door
yeah,
handles, yeah, all of that. So maybe what you're saying is that that's not really your strength.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so how do you propose to deal with this? Because managing properties, move in and move out, is like a kind of a daily occurrence, no, for rental property managers. How do you propose to deal with that?
I would say I am able to do move-ins, but move-outs I would I have no idea. I need to think about this. How can I deal with the move-outs, because this is not working out for me. I mean, I drive up and then I even do the conduct the move outs, and then the landlord says that he's not happy with the move outs. It just really demotivates, and then it comes down to cutting down the commission. It's really
Yeah.
demotivating. So I mean, I worked hard. I put in everything for it, and still it's not happening. So I just don't think it's my thing. So just don't want to take risk and gamble with it again.
Right, because you don't want to see the loss in your commissions on an ongoing basis
Yeah.
because of these small little details. I understand. Would you feel better if maybe which way would you prefer? Would you prefer to have another person there to kind of help you
I
and
think so, yes, because
train
anyway,
you?
you are a realtor. When you purchase a property, you call a specific person for doing an
Yeah.
inspection, doing a detailed inspection, and
Yes.
I can try to look into it, but it depends on the property. Like how I did the inspection yesterday. I
Yeah.
found everything was good, but then the it turned out the owner didn't like it. So
Mm. Yeah. There's always something to be missed. I mean, when buying a house, I guess um it's much more much more detailed because these people are not just going to live there for a couple of months. They're going to be responsible for all of the repairs from that point forward too, right? So they have to make sure everything works, like the electrical, the plumbing, the roof, the windows. So that's the reason, for example, me as a buyer's or a seller's agent, I never delve into these things. um I trust a professional to really go and take a look at it. However, like if we are how can I say, however, like it is helpful to know at least which direction to point them in, because for example there are certain things that pop up that you're like, you have to tell the inspector, okay, you really have to look into this issue. One example I would say is that there was an owners who did beautiful renovation on the inside and they installed pot lights, but they didn't. So when I checked the city records, I found out that they never took out electrical permits for any of the modifications that they did in the house, and we were never able to track down who exactly did it, their friend or some licensed contractor. So I said to the inspector, okay, you really have to pay attention to how the electrical was done in this house. And he actually crawled up to the attic to see where these spotlights were and where the wires, how the wires were directed. And he found that actually a lot of the wires were not properly insulated and they were going through the insulation in the attic, which was a major fire hazard, basically.
Wow.
So it was, we had to call an electric and, basically get this fixed, get it done properly, no? In order to avoid fire. So yeah, that's something that, again, maybe the inspector, maybe not every inspector would have paid attention to, right? Unless they knew that there was a problem that they had to dig deeper and find it.
yeah.
Right. So yeah, anyways, like I said, it's maybe like you said, your job is not that detailed on the move in. Maybe on the move out it's more detailed, and maybe it helps to have another person there, or just as you said, that delegate that responsibility to someone else. But would you prefer then to not get paid for that part then?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, I
have
can
to,
completely. Yeah.
if there's like another inspector who comes and does the inspection, that would typically be part of your job description, then basically you don't get compensated for that part. We take
That
that,
is totally fine with
compensate the
me.
inspector.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Natalia, does it sound like a possible solution?
Yeah, sure. I'm just try to like train him, right? Of course, we can put a key and just say, okay, leave a key there. Or this particular landlord, for example, Richmond, he totally capable to do himself any
Mhm.
move outs, right? He would have
Okay.
he deducted all of this if he's meeting tenants. But
Yeah.
just when you do an inspection, tenants usually it's part of their job description. They distract you. They say
Ah,
everything is good. They smile. They be
yeah,
friendly.
yeah. Maybe
they
it's better to do the inspection after they're gone.
they hide your damages very cleverly, right? If the sum,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
best maybe, again, this is maybe a change in the office policy, but do the inspection after the tenants leave. And now in the
No,
times of
it can be
COVID,
done.
there's a perfect, no?
We
It
need
has to be done with a tenant,
I think
unless
before
he
you
didn't show
cannot
up.
do two, Ria. But
Even in the times of COVID, come on, COVID is now the excuse for changing everything.
maybe not
But
promise
it's
him
tenancy
that
act.
will be total deduction, but say, look, you maybe miss something, I will look more carefully and all I will look. So give them heads up, even if you're not deducting that it's maybe,
Yeah.
right? So,
And
Yeah, I mean,
Just-
you can meet the tenant and take the keys, but you can't, I don't think you can do a thorough job while they're hanging over your shoulder, you know, and like you said, distracting you with conversations and all the rest. So,
yeah, this is hard. It's a skills, Ron. Usually nobody can do them 2 years for sure properly, right? So it's not something like out of line for you. It's a normal
And
process.
to be honest, when we do the inspection for buying and selling, the inspector is there alone, you know, like the owner is not hanging over his shoulder and saying, hey, you know, yeah, no, don't look over there because, yeah, look over here because they don't want you to see the leaky pipe or, you know, or something like this. No, we kick the owner out of the house. He doesn't have a right to be there because we know that they will interfere with the inspection. We know that they will try to, you know, distract and say, oh, does this look bad? Oh, no, I tried to fix it this week, and oh, actually I have another guy coming and taking a look at it this week, and we're gonna get it fixed, and don't pay attention to this. It's like, no, okay, come on, like just leave the guy alone, let him do his job thoroughly, you know, focused, not distracted by anybody else. So there is literally like no one. And even
It's
if you're
a
listening,
good point, yeah. You may
yeah,
tell them, step out to balcony for 5
yeah,
minutes. I gonna
leave.
look myself, right? So you
Leave.
let
Yeah,
them step.
don't be in my face. Let me do my
It's
job. No?
also a good idea to go with them and to just take images of all deficiencies you see. Yeah, for example, some scratches, some stains on walls. Yeah, you want them to be near you when you take picture of this.
done. All the damages and everything. I always record, and there's no been any problem until now. This is always comes up about the cleaning.
Mhm.
It's always
Because we
Yeah.
don't tell
The point
send-
is the point is nobody cleans as professionally as professional cleaners.
yeah.
Yeah. Even like my mother comes over to my house, she always makes me feel guilty. It's like, when was the last time you cleaned? You clean your house? Really? Oh, let me wipe my finger across the top of the fridge. Oh, there's dust there. Did you look behind the oven? Let me pull out this thing for you and show you how much dirt there is behind.
yeah, new tenant gonna like, oh, what is this, right?
Yeah, you know, Russian mothers, they always pull out the stove. Did you clean? Let me see.
And I
It's
actually
actually
check
tenants.
all the
Yeah.
stove under the stove and in the microwave. I did my part of appliances and everything. But what the landlord has issues with is the small scratches in the bathtub, which is
Mhm.
really hard to figure out until
No,
and
not scratch. It's like gray, dirty a little bit, right? So just need extra wipes, maybe 10 minutes or something. You know,
Yeah.
like when some people clean, they don't use proper solution and it's gray residue.
Then it leaves a residue. The point is for the tenants is to say that you can try to clean as well as you can, but if we find any small things that are not perfect, we're gonna have to call in professionals, and guess what? They're not going to come in for 10 minutes. If they come in, they charge us for 2 hours. So we have to deduct that from you, no? Because, you know, and then again, I use COVID as an example. We have to make sure everything is sanitized, everything is perfect for the next tenant because we don't want to make it dangerous for their health and all the rest of that stuff. And just set the expectation up front. Look, you can try to clean your place, but probably it will not be perfect because you are not a professional cleaner. And in order for the next tenant to move in, it has to be perfect. It has to be super clean. like a hotel. Like you tell them like a hotel, like a Four Seasons hotel. You never find a single hair on the floor, you know, or dust anywhere, or you know what I mean, like any little deficiencies. Because you know, when you come into a new place, you expect it to be clean. You don't want to find little things here and there that tells you that, oh no, it's dirty. So set up the expectation that even if they want to clean some themselves, there will be some deficiencies, because no one can clean as well as people who do it every single day.
And did you try to talk to tenant, or you don't even know? Maybe she's totally fine with it.
Maybe she's totally fine with it, but what I'm saying is that maybe that could be part of your office process too, is just to say, okay,
I
you have
actually
the
told her that. I told her that.
Yeah.
I warned
Yeah.
her, and she still chose to clean herself.
Okay.
So yeah. So
So
she knows.
if you come in, if you call in a cleaner and you have to pay the minimum for 2 hours because they have to spend half an hour go there, 1 hour cleaning all the little deficiencies, and half an hour going back, is 2 hours. So tell her exactly how much that's going to be and deduct it from her. That's it.
Yeah. And she tried. I see what was there very dirty, right? Of course, she done a good job.
Yeah.
Almost,
No, but
but little bit. Yeah.
it's like I said, it doesn't matter if it's like a pile of hair or a single hair on the floor. If somebody has to come in and pick it up and clean it, you have to charge for it.
And you know, on a balcony outside, it's a white, like spider webs everywhere. So at least they could have wipe off that, right? So like
Like I said, people have, like, people who live in the place, they typically don't see their own mess because they're used to living the way that they're living, no? And they don't see the dirt until somebody else comes into their place and say, hey, you have spider webs in here. Oh, hey, you have dust in this corner. Because people who live there, they don't see it. And even when they're cleaning it, maybe they don't see it. It's just human nature. So maybe set the expectations for the tenants that
they're not gonna see.
unless this is what they do for a living, there's going to be some deductions.
Other way to deal with it, before we always for furnish collected cleaning up front. If they don't pay, we just, that's it. We don't take them in. It could
Yeah.
be another solution.
For one of our clients, Stacy, I already thought that this problem might occur, and I thought it would be better that we include that in the agreement, and that's what we have included. So now, when her tenants move out, they pay a cleaning fees, and we
Yeah.
don't need to deal with.
Yeah, this is actually best way to deal with it, since it's always gonna be like that.
Yeah.
So we believe.
So maybe, yeah, like I said, there's a couple of different things we can do in terms of policy and how we deal with these move outs that we can set up to make the job easier for both the agents. And one of them, I think, yeah, is setting up tenants' expectations for, you know, regardless of how clean they think they clean, there will be some deductions because nobody cleans perfect. And second is to get them out of there when the person is trying to do their job, not have them hanging over their shoulder, distracting them and making them feel uncomfortable, no? Because when you point out to people, it's like, oh, here is dirty. I said, oh, no, let me clean it for you right now. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
come
they
on.
would stay.
Don't waste my time. Don't waste my time. I came here to do this job in half an hour, and in half an hour I have to leave. Don't tell me that you're going to stay here longer and you're going to clean it now. I said, no, you had your chance to do it. You had your chance to do it. You cleaned as well as you could. Now is my job to come and check. It's like, that's it. I am going to come check. If it's perfect, great. If it's not perfect, then we'll make a list and we'll have to go and fix it. That's it. You had your deadline, 12 o'clock or whatever, move out. That's your move out time. That's it.
Yeah,
It's
don't
like,
go for I will
don't
come
waste
back
my
and-
time telling me, it's like, oh no, I'm going to clean this now. Oh no, come check it again. Now I cleaned it, right? Now it's like, no, don't waste my time.
Yeah, they may say I will come again and clean, but in order to do that, we have to send agent to accompany them.
Yeah, exactly. You have to send the person again. and then you don't, you know, and then again they find something again, and then now you don't even have time to put in the, to call in the cleaners to actually do the job once and be over with it, and you have the next tenants coming. It's like, explain to people, like, we don't have time to waste. This thing can't continue for hours and hours. We have a deadline, and that's the deadline. And I'm here for half an hour. You can't hang over my shoulder. You have to stand outside of the apartment or in the balcony or somewhere and let me do my job. And after I'm done, I will make a report, and that's it. If there's any deficiencies or deductions, that's on you, because we let you know when the apartment is supposed to be ready.
Yeah. Arwan, would it feel better for you if it send you to difficult cleanings, like inspection where you see everything destroyed? So
No.
you feel good to the maintenance from tenants, because maybe you feel like, oh, tenants are good, and why are you deducting from them? But if they really did a bad
Yeah,
thing,
if they're horrible tenants, he might feel good about punishing them. These guys are pigs.
Would still be afraid that I would miss out on something, so I just don't want to.
or
I
is
tried.
it confrontation?
Sorry.
Is it confrontation with tenants bothering you? Because doesn't matter you deduct $1 on whole deposit, they act in a exactly same way, right? They're gonna be offended, they're gonna be angry. It's a typical.
Yeah, I think so. That's a human factor, no? Because when you tell somebody, it's like, oh, you didn't clean well, people feel embarrassed, no?
So they go
So-
on defense mode.
Yeah, of course.
Usually how I deal with it is a secret to it. I'm just saying, you know what, you can of course reject and apply to tenancy branch. First of all, it's gonna be $100 more, right, for application.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then if tenancy, like any adjuster will see the bill from cleaner, she not gonna reject for owner cleaning bill $100 or whatever. She will say, yeah, should pay that. So they will pay the bill, they will pay $100, they will waste time, energy. What for to do this? Usually landlords, they are more reasonable if they don't go to arbitration, right? They do minimum cost. If they have to go to arbitration, then they file for everything, right? Because they try to negotiate, say, okay, never
they try
mind.
to recover the maximum, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that the way that to deal with this is, obviously it serves no one to go to court and fight over these small things like $100, $200 here and there. And yeah, set the expectations for the tenants first and foremost, that, you know what, the deposit is there, and the deposit is there for a reason. Don't, like, I think we really have to get away from this expectation that they can get 100% of their deposit back. That is not going to happen. Because when they use the property, they live in the property, there's some wear and tear. There is some cleaning, there is some costs that need to be taken into account. And who is the person responsible? Of course, the person who used the property, you know what I mean? Like, there's no way around that. So if there's something broken, or if there's something dirty, you have to fix it.
You know,
So-
in Japan, actually, every time tenant comes, it's usually 1 year lease, they have to pay owner 1 month just for wear and tear on top of
Yeah.
everything. So this
Yeah.
is more reasonable, actually, like more fair to.
Yeah, because here the landlords, to be honest, they don't even like have money to maintain the properties. In Germany also, they pay 3 months deposit when they move in, and that is used specifically for like fixing things after they leave, painting, you know, like replacing maybe some small appliances or whatever, you know, because at the end of the day, it all has to be factored either into the rent, but we have rent controls. We cannot raise them now. Like even during COVID, they even forbid it to raise it by 2%. Or B, we have to take it from the deposit, because at the end of the day, the property has to be maintained, no? And if we can't raise the rent, we have to raise the deductions from the deposits.
Yeah, so if you talk to them maybe in the right way, even now, like they will understand, right?
Yeah.
Just try to, don't say, no, I'm not gonna talk to tenants. I hate all of you guys and go
Yeah.
to hell, right? So just try, try your
No,
best
just
to explain. to
speak
them.
from the position of power and authority and tell them, you know what, like I'm here to do my job. You know, this is how things are. And, you know, like know your place and don't discuss too much. You have to use your teacher voice. I used to teach English. This is anytime that somebody is trying to say bullshit or whatever, I use my teacher voice. It's like, look,
Yeah,
let's be fair. Let's be fair. You know the facts, right?
I know one government worker, he always do his own moving inspection, one of landlords, and he's very good.
Yeah.
He usually, I notice how it works for them. He get very upset, and when he upset, he show it to tenants. You know, he say,
No.
look,
See, this is the reason why agents exist. We are the filter that is absent in most people's minds between their head and their mouth.
yeah,
Landlords or sellers tell us all kind of bullshit, and we filter it out, and we only say it in very polite terms to the other side, so we don't aggravate the situation.
yeah. This is so don't feel bad. It's nothing against you. It's every agent has this challenge, even
Yeah.
experienced one, right? Daily.
Yeah.
This is a part
Yeah,
of
and the
the
most important thing is that don't take it personal. Sometimes when people just get emotional, they just need to air their emotions out, like, you know, get all of their, and you have to give them that space, eh? And you don't have to, like, you can't get aggravated yourself, because if you do, it's just, you're just gonna make situation worse. You're just like, okay, I hear you. Tell me more, you know, tell me what's going on. How do you see it? You know, yeah, keep going. Sometimes it takes an hour, eh? You have to be like really patient. And at the end, when people are done saying their piece, then they can be more reasonable and they can actually listen to your logical argument, right? But until they air out their emotions, it's impossible. You don't even try to reason with them. It's not going to work.
Okay, thank you. Make us
Okay.
feel better.
All right. Okay, guys, I really have to pack. I'm leaving like
Okay,
in
have
2
a good
hours.
time there. You send us some pictures, video. Elena going
Okay.
to her,
My
can I
brother's
say?
wedding.
Yeah, her brother wedding to Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Okay,
Okay,
have
thank you.
fun there.
Okay, thanks, Aaron.
Yeah, bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.